Hello my friends, welcome back to another video. This video today is not going to be a long range outlook because I did one a couple of days ago. I'm going to be mainly focusing more on the lake effect, potential. I know a couple other weather channels, it's all over social media, have been talking about the potential for the lake effect machine to start kicking in this week. So we will be talking about that, going a little bit, maybe a little bit about the upcoming pattern, but mainly about the lake effect snow machine potentially firing up. If you like these type of videos, if you like my weather channel, if you like my YouTube channel, and this is the first video you're ever watching, consider liking this video, consider subscribing to my channel. Again, if you are new, then you could actually check this channel out before you do that thing, before you do what I just said. If you're an older turning viewer, but not a member yet, then why not become a member, right? So thank you for all the support I've been getting. I don't know even why I've been getting so much support. People have been saying my videos are great, and I'm so pleased that you guys enjoy them. I love making these videos, and I love that you love watching these videos. So we have a fun time ahead of us, and let's just jump right into this. So right now what we're seeing, this is basically right now present time GFS Wednesday. This is October 17th, which is tomorrow. As I'm recording this video, it is Tuesday. However, you can see that we have a system. It is basically broken apart. It is some sort of Alberta Clipper, Manitoba Mauler, Saskatchewan Screamer, Yukon, I don't know. It's coming from Canada. That's the main point. And you can see it does bring in quite a bit of snow showers, and then you can see some of that lake effect starts to turn on, and we'll actually have 2 rounds of this lake effect, and I think the GFS may be a little bit underplaying it, but what we have as marked right here, we have a high, and this high is spinning clockwise. So it's driving all these winds like this. And then down these lakes, downwind, these warm waters in here are shooting off these little bands of snow off Lake Erie, off Lake Ontario, off Lake Michigan, off Lake Superior, and even off Lake Huron into parts of Canada. So, why am I making this video on it? Well, it just goes to show you that winter is coming. Lake effect snow will become more and more prevalent. Lake effect snow will become more and more common, and it's just something I'd like to point out. So I won't even show you the snowfall totals yet because they will be fairly minimal. However, again, with lake effect snow, snowfall banding is very, very prevalent, and that means that, you know, a swath of around 10 miles in width can get 6-7 inches, while the next couple of hundreds of miles can get nothing, if you know what I mean. This is very localized, and some areas may be seeing up to a foot of snow with this event, while some may be seeing absolutely nothing. So it's very localized, but it just goes to show you how this machine will be turning out. So we have some moisture trying to make its way into southern Canada. There's going to be a brief warm-up. As you can see, there's some green color, even though it's still October. We're in a very cold period right now, very cold air mass, so this green doesn't get that far north unless it's a warm-up, and you could see that, again, we get some lake-enhanced snow, and that definitely, I think this one's going to be much greater than the one that's going to happen over the next couple of days. So you can see this one brings in, again, there's this high pressure. And if you don't know, I didn't explain this quite well, but lake effect snow is basically when cold winds are blowing on the lake, and this causes the warm waters, or at least they're warmer than the air that's coming over them, to evaporate. And once they evaporate, they form into, as they evaporate, they run into other evaporating areas, and they accumulate and combine into these snow tunnels. And the wind that is provided is by this high, which is just spinning like this. So the winds are coming from the south in this area, and then from the north in this area. And you can see just, that was a horrible arrow, but they're kind of going like this down the lakes, and that's why they're going to be producing quite a bit of snow showers and lake effect snow. So definitely some, you can see it right there off Lake Huron, a very big band, off Lake Ontario, a very big band, and even off of Lake Erie. And we have another little small system passing through, but that doesn't seem to be much. And then right now we have a very big And then from there, we have a fairly big pause in the weather. When I mean pause, there's basically going to be nothing going on other than some rain to the south. And then later on, actually, we could be seeing a snowstorm I think this is in 2 weeks. Again, this is so far out. It's a shame that I'm calling this even a snowstorm. We have a chance for the pattern to become more active, I should rather say. As you can see, more snow storms or snow systems, fall storms, again, start approaching the area. But as of now, I want to focus on the lake effect. You can see that the GFS is very, very, very bad in picking this up. I'm guaranteeing you that areas will be picking up definitely up to 6, 7, 8 inches of snow, while other areas, again, will be picking up nothing. So, well, I do think that quite a big area of real estate will be under some snow showers, but under accumulating snow, I do think it will be much less of a real estate. The lake effect, again, is very localized. Usually the bands are 10 miles in width or less, and that's when they're the most effective. So we move this through, and now we go through the second wave. You could see some purples showing up in the mountains, or in the higher elevated area, so that is around 6 inches and above. And I definitely do think there could be some snowfall accumulations up to 10, 11 inches, say in upstate New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, Massachusetts, even back in down or in the western parts of Massachusetts, not so much the eastern part. And then if we go to a little bit, zoom out to a different region, let's go to the north central U.S. You could see some snow in the arrowhead of Minnesota, some snow in upper Michigan, some snow in the UP of Michigan. So definitely starting to get acted up. This lake effect machine is getting definitely it's definitely starting to act up. If we were to go now, zoom out of regions, and let's just go to eastern United States, and let's go to thermodynamics, let's go to 2-meter temp anomalies, and let's go to hour 0. So, again, what we need for lake effect is that cold air rushing in, and right there we have you could literally see it pushing through that cold air mass that is way below average, way below average. That is, I think, 12 up to 20, 15 degrees below average, and that pushes through, causing that first little band of lake effect. We start seeing, again, remember that little push of green air or green moisture, so that means indicating of rain from the south. With that, a little bit of warm air comes in, but then another push of cold air brings quite a bit of lake effect. Look what I was talking about. And that again brings another wave after that, so maybe some more lake effect. And then it seems to be a brief warm-up for actually a good chunk of the country, but then again it cools down. But this is so far out, we can't really look at this. I would say that for the GFS, it is safe to look at from the 14th to about the 22nd. So definitely this first wave is going to happen, the second wave is going to happen, and potentially that third wave is also going to occur. But past that, we really don't know what's going to happen. It could be freezing cold, it could be much above average, it could be anything in between. Let's go a little bit to the west now. Let's go to the western United States and focus on what they have there. I don't really talk usually about the west, so I apologize if you do feel left out. I try my best, though. I usually just go where there's the most action, because that's usually where most people are getting impacted, and I want to get people aware. But in terms of temperatures, the southwest, not the northwest, but the southwest will be below average for the next through the weekend, and then things definitely start to moderate and actually become very warm. You can still see some cool air in areas like Texas, Oklahoma, Texarkana area, Louisiana, and a little bit, maintains itself, but across the northwest especially, very warm conditions and quite a bit of precip, I am fairly sure, with those big storms coming through. If we go to total accumulated precip, you can see in the southwest, maybe nothing significant, but definitely some snow, definitely possible. In the plains, the upper plains, nothing special in terms of rainfall, but in the northwest, I would say the Pacific Northwest, very close to the shoreline, some pretty decent amounts of rain with those big storms coming through. If we were to look at the MSLP and precip, what am I doing? Let's go to back to here, and MSL and precip rain / frozen. You can see right now very dry, Again, a couple of snow showers with that cooler air that is in place through about the weekend. Then things start warming up. Possibly again the showers continue, but you can see these storms start riding in, and Seattle and Oregon, cities like that, and states like Washington. Did I just say Oregon's a city? I'm sorry. Cities like Seattle and Portland, I meant to say, and states like Washington and Oregon, pardon me, will start seeing that those more of those fall major storms coming in, and that will actually produce quite a bit of snow in the upper elevated areas, especially once we start seeing that pattern shift from more of a zonal pattern, which would allow a more active pattern and some more cold into the northwest, which could produce some snow you could see for a good chunk of the United States. So we could definitely start seeing some northern storms tracking from along the northern interior of the U.S., and not much in the center part of the country. I would definitely say that we could be seeing some weather going, maybe potentially a storm riding up the east coast of some sort, maybe not a nor'easter or a blizzard, but some sort of system that may turn into snow on the backside. So if we were to quickly look at the 6 to 10 day outlook, you could see below average temperatures for the southeastern part of the United States and eastern and southern. So it's like that eastern third of the eastern half of the United States, and the northwestern half above average in terms of temperatures. And you can see that those areas right there what I was talking about, above average in terms of precip, but mainly across the Midwest, the East Coast, and even the Upper Plains, seeing below average, just that lake effect being the main story, along with the cold weather for the rest. And then 8 to 14 day outlook, which extends from October 24th to 30th, 24th through 30th. I don't know if I agree with this. I think I would put this blue more like summer and like that, and a little bit warm over here, and a little bit warm over there, which there is, but I don't think it's going to be, I think it's more going to be of a zonal pattern. So basically that means that the jet stream is just going to be flat across, somewhere in between here, and there's going to be a lot more chance for some big storms to come in and produce some fairly good snows and rains. And in terms of precip, you can see the 8 to 14 day outlook, we definitely start seeing above average conditions for a big portion of the United States, excluding parts of the Southwest because of that ridge that could be forming. And with the typical El Nino pattern, sometimes the Southwest does get abandoned from the rain. So that is basically it for today's video. I will show you quickly the snowfall amounts that could go through the next 240 hours. You can see not much snow at all. Most of the heaviest amounts are in the mountains, and then some of that lake effect snow in the northeast, Michigan, UP of Michigan, Wisconsin, and northern Wisconsin, and Arrowhead of Minnesota, and then Canada, southern parts of Canada by James Bay, Hudson Bay, are absolutely getting hammered by the heavy snow with those clippers that just keep coming down and cutting across. So that is basically it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you learned something new, and I'll catch you all guys in the next episode.